What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 167 being recorded on July 13th, 2022. I am your host, Darth Moocher, and I've got Scott Solo here with me.
What's up, nerds?
Got Bootleg Joe.
Yo.
And a very special guest coming all the way from Rogue Toys in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got Krystal Lopez, otherwise known as Kyber Krystal.
Hi. How's the show today?
Oh no,
the feedback is back.
Going back, but we have dubbed her Kyber Krystal because her name is Krystal, of course, and it goes with what we do here. We give everybody a name. So
smooth.
So we have a little bit of technical difficulties with wiring, but Krystal, if you're good, you can check in. Go ahead. All right, let's just test that. Let's test the vocals.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Awesome.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to participate in your show tonight.
Awesome. Yeah. Before we get into everything, before we get into all the Star Wars talk that we've got and the toy talk and everything, because we did bring Krystal in here because of toys, and she is a toy expert. I don't care what anybody says. That's why I brought her. I do have some interesting questions to throw your way later on too about what's changing in the toy world too. So I'm anxious to get your perspective on that. But before we get into all that stuff, we want to give a special shout out, thank you to our Patreons who support our show. Scott has that list.
I do.
Go for it, Scott.
All right. Special thank you to one and all, every one of you Patreon patrons. We really appreciate everything you do. Without you, we wouldn't look as beautiful as we do. I mean, just look at us. Aren't we gorgeous? Anyway, so, special shout out to our friends Ryan and the Star Joes podcast, Cliff, Don and Brady of the Escape Pod podcast on the Red 5 network. Hey, that's our network.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude podcast, Don the Dad Dorn, Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Mervine, Gavin Connor of the Holy Hour All Cure podcast, Krystal Lamphere, Brandon and Anya Epler, and AJ from the Forbidden Panel. Thank you, one and all. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. And while you're in a thinking mood there, Scott, we got everybody to shout out that's in our pit being digested as we speak.
That's right. We've got Papa Schmitty in there, Michael Gutierrez, Santo1414, Matt Logic. He's always there to say it's time for the High Desert Homeboys. I love that.
That's right.
Mando Mike. So that's it that's in there talking right now, but I'm sure it's going to get lively in there as we start talking about all these wonderful toys.
It's going to get heated. It's going to get heated today because, sometimes toy talk can go all over the place, especially when it's not that much Star Wars talk in the news, right? So I want to give the floor to Krystal real fast because, again, we did bring her in, and Scott is the one who introduced us to her and, to me, to Rogue Toys. Scott's my plastic dealer, I guess, if you will. So
plastic crack dealer. Yeah.
He sends me pics. I say, give me that one, and whatever, So you had to, he was over at Rogue Toys in your store, and I was picking out toys that I needed to get. So, yeah, you're the owner of Rogue Toys. How is that going?
It's great. I love toys. I've been doing Rogue Toys for a little over 10 years now, and it's been great. It's fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
You can't have a bad day when you're selling toys. So
I see in the background that you've got life-size toys and everything. And are you a toy collector yourself, or are you just? I mean, that's kind of a silly question.
I do. Unfortunately, I have that moment every day when something cool comes in. Like, do I want the money?
Do I sell it?
Do I want to put it in my house so it looks cool? So
that's awesome.
Constant.
You have a specific line that do you like collect everything, or like a specific lines? Most of us are like Star Wars centric toys, but we do have other things that we do.
Yeah, I collect a lot of stuff. I collect Nintendo, like the old Nintendo games. I collect Disney because I grew up on that, and I'm a girl.
Because Disney, yeah.
I have to. Sorry.
No, please. We all collect. We're there every almost weekend.
We really are. I'm going there on Sunday again. So
you guys are collecting Disney too. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have some Transformers. I'm a huge fan of Skeletor from Masters of the Universe, so I have
nice
a bajillion Skeletors.
Nice.
And I just cool things that I see or that I find. I collect some of the Marvel stuff, some of the like '89 Batman stuff, just whatever.
Okay.
Whatever's cool. I'm pretty diverse in my collecting. So
as most collectors, I think, like back in the day, I used to collect just Star Wars. And then Alien here, Predator here, and all that stuff, but now it's kind of like when there's a lull in one, I tend to focus on another line, and then that gets out of hand.
Why can't we just learn to save money? But it doesn't work that way, It's like,
not,
oh man, there's no Star Wars toys. Oh, shiny! Look at this.
It's not wired in here. And I know people that are hanging out in the chat. I know you. I've seen your rooms too. They're the same. They have the same problem.
Yeah. Fun fact. Last time I went to Rogue Toys, I went and visited Krystal here, and I walk in, and on the counter, she's performing major surgery on Jetfire, trying to repair a Jetfire G1, which, by the way, looked amazing. Whenever you were done with it, it looked great.
Nice. It was a successful operation.
It was. She's
awesome.
Legit. I'm telling you.
No, that's cool. So, of course, you like Star Wars. It shows. So is that something that you've always been a part of? Star Wars is your life. Like we always say, like Star Wars is life. There's Star Wars. There's everything else, right? So that's how we shape our lives. When we talk about this stuff, it's gospel. This is not a hobby for us. You know what I mean? How far does it go for you?
So I actually had a beef with Star Wars for a long time because my dad would...
okay.
No.
All right.
When I was a kid, my dad would have it on all the time. I'd come in, Star Wars. I go to bed, Star Wars. Like, I want to watch my Saturday morning cartoons, Star Wars. And I'm like, the Star Wars, man. Telling you. But I started getting into it more as actually the new movies came out, and then I went back because I've seen all the other movies, but it wasn't like, I think I had such an anger that I couldn't watch My Little Pony, in the morning that I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
So, once the new movies came out, I'm like, oh yeah, the first movies were, really cool. And I just started getting back into it. All the characters kind of like brought back that nostalgia.
Okay.
And I sell it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So I have to know, like, this is this character, this is that character. So, it's definitely kind of grown into this big snowball passion.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where you now have a carbonite Han Solo behind you, life size.
As you do.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, it really shows that you hate Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that the new movies brought you back, which is cool. Mm-hmm. We on here, we have our favorites and we have our life stories and what we grew up with and everything. And what's helping, and I know I'm segueing a little bit, but what's helping us deal with the new movies is the comics and the novels. That's helping us really, and Disney Plus shows, honestly, like The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. It's really helping us shape that era, but it's still one of those things where I can never like not like Star Wars. It's just not in my DNA. But the new movies didn't do anything to help me, but after, like, when I saw it first, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I thought about it, I was like, oh my God, like, what did I just do?
Maybe that wasn't so awesome. But it's
cool to hear that, because I'm sorry to interrupt you, Scott, but we talked with the 1313 crew, over there too. They're the same boat. It's another podcast, and they were the same boat. They love the sequels, and that they are all about it. They think Rey is an awesome. And I was like, you know what? There's room for it all. It's really cool, and don't be ashamed of it.
No,
I know that you're not. I know that you're not. Yeah.
Someone had me like, oh. Maybe not, but then the third one came out and it redeemed itself a little bit from that last one with the milk and
right.
For us, it's a lot of the novels. Like we've been reading. I think all of us in this panel right now, we've been reading. Or I just finished Shadows of the Sith, and it filled in a lot of the story, the gaps in Rey's story that was very interesting. That left a lot of questions up there for us. So
Yeah.
if they could do one more book and fill in that gap of how Kylo really fell, you know, the introduction of him and Snoke or something like that, if they could get into that, I think that whole sequel era will be more fleshed out, and I think it'd be more satisfying as a whole. But
what I tell you, Scott, I said the Shadows of the Sith book should have been titled Episode 7.
Yeah,
like it really like I implore anybody to go and check out Shadows of the Sith and really get into that book, because it really does a good job. Well, I'm only like, in the beginning of it, so no spoilers, Scott. But yeah, so
let me just say, it doesn't end well for Rey's parents.
Yeah, I don't know, but no, it's cool. But now, Krystal, I don't think you can look back, right? You're in it.
Yeah.
There's no looking back. And it does help that your business does help you kind of progress that love affair, because we did Scott and I did a show on beginning a vintage collection, like starting today in today's environment and today's prices. How do you go about it? Because I'm in the middle of it, right? So I'm looking, I'm bargaining, I'm like I said, I went. What's that, Scott? What?
I said, you poor fool.
I'm loving it though, and I told him, I said, it's preserving our history. And I say our history, so what we grew up with and everything. And we're taking those plastics from other people and we're putting on our shelves, we're dusting them, and it's a museum of sorts, So you're providing that service also, and I love it. Like without those kind of toy shops, because it's a very nostalgic trip even walking in a toy shop anymore, because of the lack of Toys R Us and Target. Just all modern toys are kind of like non-existing when you walk into a place. So you have how many locations?
I have 5 currently.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna put your Instagram link and all that stuff, if so everybody can find you and your store and everything like that, and they can frequent that when they're in town. So it's awesome. When it comes to the stuff, are you into the current stuff that's going on too? Like San Diego Comic-Con is next week.
It is. I'm trying to get tickets. I slept on that one.
That's a love-hate relationship right there. San Diego Comic-Con, because Scott, like myself, we've been going since we're 18, 19 years old. And before you can just walk in, buy a 4-day pass, leave when you want, and all that stuff. Now it's impossible. I wonder how it's going to be after COVID, after it's I think this is its first year back, main July exclusives, all that stuff, right?
They did the mini Comic-Con in November of last year, I think right around Thanksgiving, and it was you can either go have turkey with your family or you can go to Comic-Con, and
but no panels, no nothing, right? So this is it's good to see that coming back. So I'm kind of curious to go back myself, and see how it is. I don't know, I like torture. I want to go back and get into that Hall H. We got to get into that hall, sleep overnight if I have to, but I don't know, I'm missing it. I'm jonesing for a Comic-Con.
Did any of you make it out to Celebration?
Yes,
we all did as a group.
We were all there. The whole crew was there. We did Friday, Saturday. Friday, Saturday. And that was great. That was fantastic. Celebrations are always great. A lot of people, with the fandom being split back in the sequel, the time, and everybody's arguing and they're talking about how toxic Star Wars fans are and how divided. I'm all, go to a celebration and tell me that. Go and see the connection, and anybody can walk on that stage and everybody will cry, have a conniption. I mean, anybody that had a problem with any movie, and it's just kind of that's where the fans are.
Exactly. Did you make it, Krystal?
I did. I went on Friday.
Nice.
I had a great time. My sister came out with me, and we lightsaber battled in probably every aisle.
Nice.
Yeah, I spent way too much time trying to get autographs from people, and I feel like I missed 90% of the convention because I was stuck in lines, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I'm just gonna go enjoy myself next time. And
those lines were so crazy. I'm just gonna go have fun, watch stage stuff, check out some of the upstairs stuff, and it was all great. No rush on anything. Everything was amazing. They put out a really good show
Papa
Good.
Schmitty here from the chat. He's saying, I've been meaning to unload my vintage Ghostbusters, but the task of sorting and organizing to sell is pretty daunting. Contact Krystal. I'm sure she can sort it out for you and help you out that way. That's what that's what those stores are there for too.
I certainly can. If you go to roguetoys.com, there's a link at the bottom to sell your toys, and you can put some pictures in there, and I'll get you what I can pay you for it.
Awesome. So we all help each other.
That's right. Visiting the Las Vegas, the store on the Strip the other day, you showed me what was in the back room.
Oh,
and oh my God, I don't know. There had to have been at least two complete G.I. Joe collections back there, vintage G.I. Joe collections.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, and then you were showing me things up at the counter, and I'm getting all excited. I don't need it. I already own it.
Yeah,
you
got a whole. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted, and that's how I met Krystal and how I became acquainted with Rogue Toys. Is right as they were opening the first store, I came down there, introduced myself, plopped my butt down on the floor, and helped sort figures for hours on end. And that's just it was kind of like a friendship ever since then, And it was always every time I'm in Vegas, which is frequent because my best friend lives out there. So it's always, take a drive out. Got to go to all the Rogue Toy stores. Which one's Krystal at? Don't know. Got to find her. Yeah. So, because how many are there in Vegas? There's 3 in Vegas, right?
3. Yeah.
Yeah. We went to all 3 of them over the course of that. I wasn't sure if a 4th one snuck in there somehow because
not yet.
You're also in Portland and Salt Lake, right?
Yes.
Wow. Nice. Oh, and Krystal E, who I work with, says Krystal is an awesome name, though. Yes.
Thanks. I was born with it.
that's Kyber Krystal, by the way.
Kyber Krystal.
Yes. Kidding. I thought of that. You
did. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I kind of want to direct the talk into the stuff from like San Diego. We brought up San Diego Comic-Con and everything, and we got some exclusives on what's dropping. And is everybody going to be getting these? Because I know I want one. Scott,
is everybody going to be pre-ordering these? Because there's not going to be a damn thing on the floor whenever
it's already been announced, the pre-order time frame.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the let's see, what do we got here, Scott? So we got
here. We've got the Rescue set, which is a vintage collection 3 3/4 inch set. It comes with it looks really cool. It comes with the Dark Trooper with actually his head is removable. He's got all the exposed wires and all that in there. The flame attachments that attach to his body. It comes with Din Djarin with the spear. You can jam that spear right in the throat of the robot. It's really cool. And then you got Moff Gideon with the Darksaber torturing Grogu. I mean, how fun is that?
Yours for only $59.99. No, I don't know.
Probably that sounds about right
for a vintage collection.
Yeah, it comes with a really cool display case which shows the hallway and the jail cell where Grogu was. Of course, it's cardboard. They're not as cool as you. They don't make 3D printed sets in there.
I appreciate that.
And then if you notice, the Mandalorian also comes with the flame effect that attaches to his gauntlet, and he also comes with the what do they call it? The whistling birds, as they call the little missiles that pop out of his other gauntlet. So. It is a really cool set, and I am 110% on board with this. I needs it. I needs it precious. So if I can't get my hands on the QR code, I might be visiting Rogue Toys to see what Krystal's got.
Might try to get some of those.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of people complaining about the new Hasbro figures because they're completely encased in cardboard.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I wanted to ask you that same question. Being a toy dealer, do you think? Well, first off, I open everything, so it doesn't bother me. But I do have I'm sorry, Scott. I do have a real soft spot for mitten box collectors and displays. You know what I mean? Like people that. So I feel Hasbro, there could be a give and take. Like they could offer a loose figure for X amount of dollars and a premium figure that's encased in the display for X amount of dollars. But to go all and just almost take the mitten box guys and just throw them out the window, because this is a dramatic step, a very dramatic step. And I heard a lot of people stopping collecting because of this issue. So
It's I collect, especially with a vintage collection. I usually collect one of each, one to open up, one to leave sealed, because I've got a soft spot in my heart for the old style vintage card backs, and I absolutely I love those. I collect vintage carded figures. I love the nostalgia of it all. And, some of the original vintage figures did come fully encased in cardboard. There were a few cases in which that happened. But what you didn't have back then that you have now is a bunch of shady ass people that like to open up things, take them out of the package and put, either
So you
nothing
really don't
in
know
it.
what you're getting. Like
You
there
really
is that
don't.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what's in there. And I've seen a lot of people, not a vast majority or anything. Let's take the new Boba Fett, for example, the deluxe Boba Fett that came out. I've got 3 of them, 2 to open and one to keep on card, right? And the one on card, I'm not going to open. So I don't know how it looks on the inside, but the 2 that I opened, they were perfect. And a lot of people are coming back saying that there's been some quality control issues. And like the armor's coming up or coming off. Some of them, I saw one guy, his came with 2 Boba Fett helmets, but no jetpack. Some people are getting multiples of the stormtroopers, but no helmet. There's a lot of quality control issues that you could curtail by still being able to see what is in the package. And I think that Hasbro's not quite ready for. I don't think they're quite ready for this.
Schrodinger's Boba, Papa Schmitty is saying, yes, exactly. You don't know unless you look. I think there could be a way where, like Pops, where you can open the figure, take it out, and then put it back in as is, no tape, whatever. So there should be some sort of area where you could, without damaging the box, to check it and then put it back in. And if there's no tape on it, or to begin with, then there's no losing resale value.
Shady.
Whatever, so.
People are too shady. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want somebody walking in the store, opening up the figure, taking it out. They just, oops, it fell in my pocket. Well, I'm going to put that right back.
Yeah, I have some pretty, to say,
we'll beat that. No, I'm kidding.
Customers that if there's even a tiny little crease, like it looks like maybe somebody like popped that open just a little bit. No.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. There is that. And Krystal, do you think that this whole decision to go cardboard is going to hurt business?
I think that I hate it personally. Yeah. I like looking at the figures. I like seeing what we're getting. As you mentioned, the older Star Wars toys, they did have them, a lot of the mini pods, some of the bigger vehicles. None of those had windows.
Right.
So we're used to that, and we feel like we've grown from that, and now we're taking a step back. So as far as inbox collectors, I know they hate it. I know they want to see the figure, but collectors are going to collect.
That's what I figured too.
I've had customers come in because I just got the deluxe Boba Fett's also. Hate it. They're like, this is the worst thing I've ever, like, why are they doing this to me?
And they still buy it.
And then they're like, okay, here, I'll buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, collectors are going to collect. The fear of missing out, maybe, like, I should have bought that when it was there. Now I don't have a chance to because I was complaining at that time.
Yeah.
But collectors are going to collect. I'm not worried about it. It sucks for collectors. I take everything out of the box. I like
me too. Free them.
Well, I tell you what, this gives me the ability to not buy 2, to buy 1, take it out of the package, close that package up, and put it on my wall and display the artwork like I like to display. So, I am one in a sea of thousands. It's not like my money is going to make a huge dent in Hasbro's coffers.
Yeah, but it can extrapolate, you know what I mean? With that attitude kind of,
Yeah. And
that's a great way to look at it, honestly, because, the artwork is something that you like. You like that vintage collection packaging. You like that figure. That kind of gives you, a way to have both.
Best of both worlds. Yeah. And save some money in the long run. So, hey, yay me. But I do think that in the long run, what they're doing with the vintage collection is superior to what they're doing with Black Series. And that is just and I know I'm in the minority in this particular, on the podcast here, because these two gentlemen both collect Black Series figures, or SH Figure Arts, and I do Black Series, but I also do the vintage collection, and my passion is in the vintage collection, because then you can get the vehicles, you can get the monsters, you can get the play sets. You can't do that with Black Series, and if I got to choose, and they're cutting back on the display package windows, if they actually are able to show the figure even without the plastic, then maybe I'll still collect.
The Transformers line,
they do, and that's smart. But if they completely take away the visual of that figure, then I'll probably drop the Black Series.
We haven't seen what the Black Series packaging looks like. I know the Marvel Legends are a complete enclosed box and the artwork on top, and again, Joey and we're in that thing. We rip that stuff up, throw it away, and we appreciate the artwork. Like the G.I. Joe Classified, real fast. The artwork was fantastic. When I first got into them, I was actually saving the boxes like you were doing, Scott, and I would put them behind the figures. And then one day I was like, this is just getting too much. Took them, threw them all away. But I was appreciating because they went, out of their way to draw a specific artwork for each figure and a different artist. I don't think Black Series is doing that. I think it's a digital rendering or whatever it is. But I don't know. I think I agree with Krystal. Collectors are going to collect. They're not going to miss out. If you're this far into it, well, I take it back a little bit because, Mando Mike's the exception, because he says right here, as a mitten box Black Series completionist, my wall used to look awesome. A closed box with no window made me reaffirm my decision to bail out of the Black Series. And
he sold it all.
Yeah. And he's, and that was a major decision for him to teeter on that, stop collecting on that wave or that line. I heard that sentiment a lot with Ernie's other shows and everything like that, where the decision to go cardboard is going to hurt a lot of people, but I don't know. We'll have to see. There's new collectors out there too. We'll have to.
It's not going to die with us.
We'll have to gauge it. Yeah. I don't know.
We need more data.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Mando Mike says that guy that goes in your shop that particularly, judges each package, that was him. So
it's so annoying. Because I go shopping with my Mando Mike on a regular basis, and it's so annoying. I'm like,
hey, I used to be like that too back in the day. Yeah,
it's a little bit of dust. No, all right,
that's right.
I used to have a guy from Denver that would text me because he got my number somehow, and he'd be like, "Can I see the tip top corner, the right corner, really close?" I'm like, okay, but now can I see the other corner? And it would be like an hour worth of shooting little tiny pieces.
I know.
I love that guy. He's great. Like,
yeah, it can get tedious. I know, Joey. You tear the out of the packages, right? Too. Like, you don't care.
Well, my intention is to keep it. I have no intention of reselling it. So there's no reason for me to even care about the package. I mean, I got my boxes all behind the camera right here. I mean, I got a closet full of empty boxes, but my intent, that's why I open my stuff, because I don't intend to sell it.
Yeah.
I intend to give it to my grandkids or,
for
whatever else.
I'm a graphic designer. That's my trade. That's my passion. And what got me into it was the old G.I. Joe packages and the old Star Wars packages. And that's what got me into it. And that's why I like having that sealed collectible on the wall. It's just that reminder. It's that punch in the nostalgia gut. It's like, oh my God, this reminds. I was having a conversation with Julie the other day. We drove by a restaurant, and I said, I sat in that restaurant with my grandfather and talked for hours with him about G.I. Joe and why Duke was my favorite character, because Duke was a master sergeant like my grandfather was. And, it's that same bit of nostalgia, it's super cheesy, but it's just, it's what I'm all about.
I would say, I was going to say, if they really took the time to make like I said, a one-on-one original drawing on that pack, like a Boba Fett figure comes out and it's this awesome piece of artwork, I think that can save the mentality of that mitten box collector. If there's a way, like you said, to make sure what's in there. Or here's the thing, you get a box, It says Boba Fett on there, and if you're in that market of like reselling whatever, the next person's just gonna have to take your word for it, and then they resell it and they take their word for it. It's just like baseball card packaging. So
it's not just that; it's now you can't see if there's a cockeyed Luke that you got.
But if you don't see it, does it exist? Like that's the whole thing, right? Like the next person that's buying is buying that, and if their intent is to collect for value, they're going to keep it on their wall and then resell it to the next person that's going to buy it. Just like, again, like a pack of baseball cards. You don't know what's in there, but that promise of, a Mickey Mantle card in there, Yeah, I said Mickey Mantle. So what?
You old.
Not that old.
So the to your point. Okay, so we're talking about a boxed figure without a window. So the next San Diego Comic-Con exclusive is this.
Yeah.
That's a great solution right there, where you can actually open it up. You can see the figure. The figure is, he's held in there with some paper twist ties, but
yeah, you cannot take it further than that. Like with the other ones that came like that, the furthest you can go is like that. So that is a good solution.
It is a good solution. I think this would be a very wise decision on Hasbro's part. Right. But I think this type of display with the slipcase would increase the price of the figure to the point where you could not necessarily afford, it would definitely not be
$30 a figure now.
Yeah, you're looking at $30 a figure. What do you think, Krystal?
I like this, but the purpose of them getting rid of the plastic is kind of defeated on this, because now you have both. Honestly, I would throw the case away and just display the figures.
Yeah,
if that was fine.
Yeah.
But the figures are amazing. Like
I'm getting one.
I'm getting
one. Yeah, it's really cool to know that Andor is only like a month and a half away, so it's really
50 days as of today. Is
it 50? Yeah, 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I it's so good to see them, even if it's pictures at this point. You know what I mean? Like they did say a fall release on this. It is a Comic-Con release, but on Haspulse, you can get it on, in fall, it said. But it's really cool to see product coming out for the series already. And he does have a Blade Runner look to him, which I'm all in.
He really does have a Blade Runner feel to him. Even the robot feels like it's out of Blade
Even his
Runner.
gun. His gun is like a one-on-one replica of this pistol.
There could be some homage going on there. That's pretty cool.
It's a great movie, Scott.
I've seen it once. Come on, man. That's all you need. Krystal, have you ever seen Blade Runner?
Once.
I have not seen Blade Runner.
Okay, all right.
See?
Move on.
There.
Move on. We're moving on.
All right. Our third San Diego Comic-Con release. And I think it's weird that it is a San Diego Comic-Con release, because they're usually at GameStop. You've got it's not even a gaming grade. It's the Comic-Con or comic book version, which makes sense to be at Comic-Con. Actually, the War of the Bounty Hunters, all black Boba Fett. And having read this comic book and now seeing this figure, I am sold. It is a very cool depiction, especially whenever if you read the comic, he goes as Jango Fett in this to try and throw him off the scent of being Boba Fett.
Right.
So he just says, "Call me Jango."
Nice.
And that's really awesome. But comes with the axe right there that he's actually in a gladiator pit here, trying to get somebody stole Han Solo and carbonite from him. He's trying to get him back, so he's thrown into this pit, and he goes in disguised in all black to throw him off the scent that he's Boba Fett, because at this point the Empire has put out a bounty on Boba Fett because they think he's run away with their prize.
Yeah. Got it. See, this is why we need to kind of recap what's going on in the comics and the novels and stuff. I feel like a lot's been coming out lately that our geek talk or our line talk kind of gets kind of skewed away from that kind of stuff, just like what Mando Mike said in the comments, it looks silly, but there's a purpose to it. It's not just a repaint or a figure for the sake of a black Boba Fett, right? A black suited Boba Fett.
There was a story point behind it. So
so that I agree with. I don't buy these. I don't buy any of the comic book ones. I'm, not my thing, but it's cool. Just like there's a Hot Toys one that's coming out too that I probably won't get either.
No comment.
No, I'm not getting it. Again, it's obscure. It's
this one you mean?
This
one
right
cool.
Here. It's awesome, but okay, cool. Like I don't know.
I may have pre-ordered that.
Yeah.
yesterday.
Do you think it's gonna sell out?
Yes, I do. Are you kidding me? It's Boba Fett, and he's on all black. Of course, it's
Yeah.
going to sell out.
Hmm.
The goth kid in me is screaming right now. Oh my god, it's a black Boba Fett. This is amazing. I need this.
But he's not goth, so
It's just awesome. He comes with this giant axe, and he's just come on.
Right.
That's badass. How can you not like that? Look at the shine on his helmet.
It's just not live action. I don't know. That's me. That's my personal collecting. Or
Yeah.
Even Star Wars consumption sometimes. You know?
Here we go, Krystal. How do the resale values in Hot Toys hold up compared to, say, Black Series?
Hot Toys always, when I get them in, they're always like twice the price. Boba Fett's, I would have to say, are the same because
Boba Fett.
people can't get enough of Boba Fett. I can have Boba Fett in a clown suit, and
I might buy that one. See,
that little red nose,
Big old shoes. Oh my god! Instead of a rocket, he's just got a big balloon coming out of his jetpack. Why does this not happen?
Boba there's a multiverse where it is happening somewhere out there, so you can argue that fact.
As far as the one that you just showed for the Comic-Con exclusive, I mean, look how good the prototype Boba Fett was. It's completely white. That thing is what, like $100 now, you know?
Yeah.
So that would look great with that figure, honestly. It's sitting on a shelf. I would love it.
Yeah. Because it's Hot Toys, I have to pick and choose.
Of course.
Because there is one that's coming out that I'm like insta buy.
What is it? Is it this one right here?
Insta buy.
Oh my god! I mean, he even comes with floating rocks. I mean, how can you
that's what
not?
Sold me, That's what sold me.
He has floating rocks. What?
Yes, based on floating rocks.
Bottom right corner. Oh, so when I heard that Hot Toys was coming out with a Darth Vader Kenobi, and in the Kenobi series, and a Kenobi in the same series. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll. That's like I said, the Hot Toys. I maybe have to pick and choose, but that rock display, it was it. I was like, okay, they got me because I might have to get the Vader that comes out with it too.
Especially if he comes with the split helmet.
Yes, and it's going to.
Wouldn't it be cool if the split helmet, if there was like a lighting rig on the inside of the helmet that would light his face either red or blue? It's Hot Toys, like that. That's one of those companies I go. It's almost like a sin not for for them not to do that, right? Their attention to detail and giving us what we like is second to none. Yeah. So I'm expecting that sliced helmet Vader and that Kenobi. Come on, that sold it to me. Don't know when this is going up for pre-sale, but I will be getting it today. It's already up. Okay, well then there's another layaway. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah. Papa Schmidt, this is gorgeous. It is. So there's custom guys out there that like to take all these real expensive toys and add their own LEDs. I'm not giving Mando Mike anything to put LEDs in because his Razor Crest has been in literal pieces in his living room for 3 months now, if not longer. There is no way I would give him anything anymore. Mando Mike. Oh my goodness. But so Hot Toys nailing it once again. Yeah. I'm loving it. So another question for Krystal. How are you know me, I'm totally into vintage figures. I love the vintage Star Wars figure. How are the retro figures selling? How do those do in store? The 3 3/4? Yeah. So those are good. The original Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, the main guys, those sold out in my store within like a week. When I get them in, I'd say they've gone up like double the value now. Oh, wow. The new retro figures that have been coming out, like for the Mandalorian, like the 5-part points of articulation, they're a little slower, especially depending on the character. Like Mando will sell instantly, Cara Dune will sell instantly, but the other ones kind of like
they sit and they simmer for a little bit until something happens with that character, and then people are like, "Oh my god, I need that."
Yes.
So that's the trend I've seen in that.
So now that they've got this beast coming out here, a 2-pack with Boba Fett and Bosk, and it's the first time they've done a retro figure with Bosk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where this is coming from. I think it might be an Amazon thing, but I would assume then that this would definitely be a big seller for you.
The last 2-pack was Zuckuss and Forlom. So
yeah.
Was it a retro or was it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? No, it was.
No, I think it was Vintage Collection and
no,
6-inch
Black.
Yeah,
I thought it was Black Series. They did.
Yeah, Black Series and the Vintage Collection. They did that, but yeah.
So this makes sense moving forward. Yeah.
Again, like Krystal said, though, Boba Fett. I mean, yeah.
Well,
these are going to be hot. These are going to be like instant value on these guys.
Yeah, especially when Boss shows up in Mando season 3 or something like that. Then you watch. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good Bosk?
Right?
So underrated. Such an underrated bounty hunter.
And then Mando Mike said that IG-88 and Dengar on Amazon December 1st.
So there you go.
There you go.
IG-88, it'll be pretty hot.
Oh, and he's defending himself. And you don't get to play with my Razor Crest when it's done now. Ha ha. That's fine.
Yeah, and also especially when Dengar comes out in Mando season 3, right? So
right. I mean,
it's all there.
It's all there. It's just ripe for the plucking.
Every show we go, oh, where's Dengar? Where's Boss? They have to be in it, right? So
it's funny,
right? It's in Solo.
Yeah, but that's also very funny that they play on this nostalgia factor whenever it comes to the action figures and everything. But whenever it comes to the shows, it's like they're separating themselves from it almost. You knew you were going to get Vader and you were going to get Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan show, and you got mentions of people like Quinlan Vos, but you never saw Quinlan Vos. Right. You know, you've got two whole shows with the Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian that are dealing with bounty hunters, but you haven't seen any of the other classic bounty hunters. You know, we thought we were going to see IG-88, ended up being IG-11, which was cool. But
Forlom is somebody else. Bait and switch. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting though that they're doubling down in the toys, but not the shows whenever it comes to the old classic characters.
Sure.
I think they enjoy like sending you a little tiny piece and then like really in a little bit.
Bait and switch, right? Like it's like
in a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like, why buy another 4 LOM? Here's the same droid, but different name. I gotta have it. I'm a completionist. Yeah, right, so
pull on your heartstrings a little.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You saw what we thought was Forlom and Obi-Wan. It was, we didn't know his eyes glowed green. Well, they don't because that wasn't him. So just calm down.
Yeah.
Nerd. So
yeah. But that would be cool, right?
That would be really cool.
All right, I'm gonna segue into this one because I think this is very, very interesting, and we heard about rumors of this right here. You being able to scan your head into an action figure form, given all the Hasbro properties. Okay, so they got the Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Marvel, and they give you an option of each one. I think this is a really cool idea. Our friend of the show, Ro, who does the War Machine marketing, he does this 3 3/4, scans you and makes you an action figure. And I feel Hasbro ripped him off on this idea. But what an idea! And I want to hear from the pit. You guys, are you getting one? And if so, what have you ordered or told Hasbro that you're getting one already? Myself, I'm getting the Stormtrooper. Because George Lucas comes a Stormtrooper, and I want to be right beside him. So.
I chose Mandalorian. I've got some armor coming. I want to be a Mandalorian. Just go ahead and hook me up there. I'm ready. Let's do this.
I want to know how many people are going to try to resell themselves to Krystal.
I'm one of a kind.
You know what? I have a collection in my house with the most random things that people sell me. Like there's a certain love I have for these things.
I mean, celebrities probably will, right? Like this is, Seth Rogen, as whatever. But I heard that people are going to try to, and I don't know how Hasbro's going to take this or if they will accept this, but I heard people are going to try to like get a character that we don't have and that like Porkins, for example, or Dak on a carded figure or whatever it is. Scan him in so you can have that figure that Hasbro's not producing. You know what I mean? It's an interesting idea for the human, characters.
It's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to
stick it to Hasbro. Like, you won't give me this, I'm going to make it myself.
Exactly. Pay the $60 because it's $60 to have this done. So again, I've already told Hasbro I wanted the Stormtrooper. I'm doing it.
Signed up this morning.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I just heard about it a couple hours ago. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw it, and I'm like, this is pretty cool.
We heard rumblings of it like months ago about them doing this. Create your custom figures, but we didn't know it was only going to be your own face sculpt. We thought it was going to be like a complete, customization of a figure. Like
this makes more sense though.
Yeah, this makes it real personal. Very good gifts, gift ideas and everything.
Holy crap! What a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We need
Don the Dad Dorn. You better not be listening because you might be getting an action figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody's getting an action figure.
Your boss gets a nice U on Han Solo. Here you go. So you have me out.
Joey, are you doing Iron Man or what? What are you gonna do?
Nah, Pink Power Ranger all the way.
Pink Power Ranger.
Pink Power
I knew
Ranger,
it. That was my second guess.
Yeah, I'll probably do a Stormtrooper.
Yeah, it's almost like everybody might be just doing one, right? Like,
I want to know how they're going to do the beards.
Me too.
That's going to be interesting. I want to see how they pull that off.
So at Comic-Con next week, they are having the Hasbro has their booth, and they're having a drawing to get your figure made right then and there. You take it home right then and there. Like, they'll scan it in a couple days and do whatever, 3D print it, paint it. So we're actually going to get firsthand pictures of these things soon, see how they look. But yeah, facial hair, I need to know.
Is it soft or is it pliable? Is it?
You better get the paint apps right. It's gray, salt and pepper, gray, black, but So,
Krystal, how about you? What would you choose out of all the different things they offer?
Oh man, all of the different things. I would have to go with a Power Ranger actually.
Okay, all right.
Shows as a kid, as much.
All right.
About that, like I love the Power Rangers. So that would be pretty amazing.
What color Power Ranger?
Pink, of course.
Okay. So you and Joey can sit next to each other on the shelf and
yes. Jason Frank next to me.
Papa Schmitty is Papa Schmitty is in the awkward of trying to get your loved one a action figure. Hold still, I need a 3D scan of your head. Never mind why. Just go with it. Just go with it. Yeah. Yes. Left Coast Graphics beard paint app is very important stuff for sure. Don't leave us out. That's all we got going. Some of us only have that going for us. So we have to get that,
And a huge shout out to Left Coast Graphics too. That dude has some amazing artwork on his website. You should really check it out.
And what a great idea for wedding cakes. Perfect.
That's fantastic.
Like, this should have been a thing a long time ago. But I feel like Hasbro has got the scanning technology down packed. I mean, their figures are beautiful. When we get them in hands, they're absolutely gorgeous. So this is a very smart thing to do.
Yeah. Kelly is actually my business partner at Rogue Toys, and so congratulations.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hi, Kelly.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I don't know when they're going to do that. I know they send out emails for you to, like Scott said, maybe they're gauging interest on what they can offer. And I'm sure other things will be available later, I know that's for Star Wars, it's X-Wing, Stormtrooper, Mandalorian, and it's Hoth Leia.
Yeah, Hoth Leia, that's the one I saw. Yeah.
All right. So I think this brings us to one of the controversial topics.
The downer.
Yeah, so maybe we could talk our way out of talk our way through it. So what's going on at Hasbro on their HasLabs? Because now we have a second HasLab project that failed, that did not pass. It didn't pass, guy. So when this was announced, it's a very niche item. It's for I believe it's for completionists that do the Saber collection. They have the Disney ones, right, on Disneyland, but then they also have the Black Series ones, right? I don't know how this stood a chance. Honestly, I'm going by like my initial reactions when I saw this at Celebration. I didn't think it would pass the day I saw it, not because I'm trying to make, I don't want it to pass. It's just that I looked at it, I go, yeah, I don't know who's gonna buy this, and there was only like 1,300 backers.
About 1,300. Yeah. I think two major problems with it. And that is they specifically, number one, the price, which I get. Okay. So a Black Series, I've got the Black Series Rey lightsaber here in my hand right now. And it was, over $200 for this thing, but the quality in these compared to the quality of the Disney sabers, it's night and day. These things are incredible. The Disney sabers are fun collectibles, but the Black Series versions are hardcore. I mean, they're really heavy duty. The effects that they have on them are better. The ignition switch on the Rey saber twists like it's supposed to. Right. It even has the light up effects where it turns blue and green before yellow. It's really cool. The effects also, you've got it makes all the different crashing sound effects, and it's just a great saber. And as such, it costs a pretty penny. And if you're getting two blades on a hilt like that, you're going to be paying a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, one of the features of an Inquisitor saber is the spinning. And you can't do that because the whole apparatus would have to hold still while the emitter spun, and you need all that space for electronics.
Correct.
I don't think you can offer something like an Inquisitor blade without all the functionality of an Inquisitor blade if you can't make it work properly.
They can. It's just too expensive. That kind of hardware that you're talking, because the R2D2 builders do it. Yeah. It's a magnetic electric thing, so you can spin the head with independent electronics. And it's all being powered by the body, and they have that. But again, for something that's way down in size and spin in a way that's going to look cool without breaking it, there's a lot of problems. So
it looked great in person, though. I mean, actually cool, seeing the hilt, all the chrome on it and all that, it looked beautiful. But I saw it and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to want that. And I saw the price, I'm like, never mind.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
Like I said, this being the second HasLab for Star Wars that did not pass. I mean, of course you had that's not action figure related, but again, Star Wars is suffering. If I go to Hasbro Pulse and I see what's being sold out, G.I. Joe classified, not even on the thing for like a minute before it's sold out. Some Marvel Legends sell out fast, but Star Wars always has availability on most figures and stuff. And it kind of concerns me a lot. Just like, is it the team? Is it what they're offering? I don't think it's the lack of interest. I mean, maybe it's that whole mitten blocks thing we talked about.
You've got two different collections of action figures. You got 6-inch Black Series, which means if you ever want a Millennium Falcon, it's going to be the size of your living room. Then you've got, the 3 3/4 inch where you can actually have something that is made to scale, that's affordable, that like the Razor Crest, and you've got your Razor Crest behind you there. I've got mine in my toy room, and that is an incredible vehicle. Right. They can put, you could take that price, you could take that money, put it into something that looks really cool for $300-400. Or, a $1,000 shuttle Tiderium that's 6-inch that would be amazing, but it would be as tall as your house.
I don't see the problem, but yeah.
Living there.
I'm like,
yeah, right.
I get the logistics problem.
The logistics problem and the cost, and it's also, you've got a dedicated 3 3/4 inch has been around since 1978 with Star Wars, right? Black Series has been around since 2014, 2015, something like that, with the 6-inch scale. You've got 40 years, almost 43, 46 years almost of time to collect a collection and get vehicles for these things. Or you got a couple of years, and you can get a giant ass, I don't know, whatever. Well, pick your vehicle.
My whole thing was like, if they're a business, they're in there to make money, but also, to be a longevity business too. What they did with the Rancor, what they didn't do with the Rancor, I don't know why they wouldn't revisit the drawing board on because it was all about the tiered stuff that kind of made that project fail. It was a high price and very, very small incentives to, to get it. I don't know what, like, if the Star Wars team, is it a pride thing? They can't go back to the drawing board. Will they go back to the drawing board on this? Or is it something that they had to put out, contractually because of Kenobi series doing its, thing they had to put out a HasLab thing? I don't know what's going on. And being, like I said, we run our lives around Star Wars. This is something that concerns us, right?
Kelly here pointed out if they would have called it the Grand Inquisitors, it would have funded. It's possible.
It's possible that might have something to do. I wouldn't put. I'm not going to say no because, that was a lot of turmoil at the beginning of the Kenobi series. To kind of like, this is the Third Sister's saber solely, right? I don't know. It's almost like a shot in the dark. You don't know how these things are going to react when they hit air, and it was already doing like that same day they released the saber plus the Kenobi series, and then that's what happened. So I don't know.
I know for the Rancor, they had released the Boba Fett episode where the Rancor did come out, and where it kind of sparked. Oh, Rancor is cool. But the funding ended before they had that. So yes. I had so many people coming in like, man, I wish I would have went to Rancor. Like, I'm so upset that it didn't fund now because I want it.
Yeah. That's another reason why they should just swallow the pride and go back to the drawing board, put a saddle on them, come with a Boba Fett figure, and relaunch it.
Have the saddle a tier. That's your 16,000 mark is your saddle.
It would fund
with the which one was it?
With a Danny Trejo figure.
Yeah, Danny Trejo figure. That'd be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. But with the barge, I believe they even extended the period in time we could order it whenever the barge was out there. So they could have easily extended that a few more weeks just to see, where it was going to land with people after he made his appearance on
I believe had they done that, it would have funded, and you would have had a ton of Rancors out of production that were it would have been amazing.
I had mine on back, or I backed it.
You backed it,
and I always said too, it's like it didn't fund, so I really never had a chance at it anyway. So I didn't miss it. It's just that I wish that they would just kind of go back to the drawing board and do like, okay, this is the Rancor, this. Now the tiers are going to be this. Everybody was. They were saying no Ula, no Mula. They were saying that. So we got, the Rancor Keeper was one, but they were kind of like grasping at straws. But at the same time, it's like, you guys know what's going to spark this fandom. And it's 2 weeks away, and it just seems like a no brainer. And I wish that they would revisit the drawing board on a lot of decisions that they made and relaunch it. I really do.
You give it a Boba Fett on a vintage package background with a gaffy stick and a saddle, and you bet your ass that thing would sell.
Yeah, I would have funded.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why it can't still. Like, I really don't. But, I mean, I don't know.
Well, the his tank.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Krystal. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, you don't feel like what you've purchased previously would be, less... sorry, the cat's trying to push a glass.
We need your cat on camera because your cats are cool.
I'm gonna get him. But you don't feel like Hasbro would feel like less special to you if they're like, here it is. We're not gonna give it to you again. And then be like, oh, just kidding. Here it is again.
Yeah.
I've had complaints about that too. Like this was being exclusive, especially at Celebration or at Comic-Con. They're like exclusive Comic-Con figure. You can't get it anywhere else. How long after until you see it on the shelves in a different packaging? You feel like.
But that was the concern with HasLab in the beginning, right? That was
but you see, this Grand Admiral Thrawn doesn't come with the stuff in the box that the Comic-Con version had. Yeah. See, I mean,
I'm all for releasing the basic figure to the masses because it's a basic figure and it needs to be in the line of figures. Yeah. So if you want to give us the true meaning of an exclusive, was like the Christmas figure. Those are great. The repaints, like the Thrawn figure is perfect. The ones with the cardboard background, but you get accessories. Yeah, that's the true meaning of how an exclusive should be. It doesn't matter if they put the figure into the general line because if the only way you can get Thrawn is the 5,000 they made, that's gonna people stop collecting altogether because of that. It's like you're just never gonna get that figure unless you spend X amount on eBay or whatever. It's just not gonna happen. So with the Rancor, I believe that they could do a 180 on it, and like I said, and just eat a little crow, come back and say, look, we're releasing it with these new because of the Boba Fett series and because of all this stuff, or it's $150 now. It's on Amazon. I don't know. It's whatever. Like Michael Gutierrez in the chat was saying, like, what do they do with the failed projects? And I think they put it on a shelf. It never goes into production, but they have it. They have all the tooling. It's all there. But maybe they could revisit. Black Series is funny. A lot of people were mad that they were giving us the barge instead of like a Black Series vehicle, or the Rancor instead of a vehicle. I'm like, okay, well, they gave you the Snowspeeder. And it's still on sale. You can still buy it. It's everywhere. Like it didn't sell out. And that was a cool figure. What they didn't do is like give it to us like the His Tank, right? The His Tank comes with amazing features. Yeah. Electronics, tiers. It's just great. I don't know.
I can promise you, Hasbro. I can promise you, if you release that Rancor right now, it'll fund within hours.
Yeah.
Just like the Hiss. Just like the Hiss. It would fund in hours.
If you got the right tiers, man.
Just the last tier is the saddle with the Boba Fett
right now.
Yeah.
Just do the tiers right now. I'll fund it. I know that for a fact. I'll fund it.
Yeah, you'd back it.
I wanted it. It just it looks bleak when it comes to the HasLab projects for Star Wars, but who knows? We'll see. Maybe 3 3/4 probably have it down more than anything, than a prop. Oh, the Ghostbusters one funded no problem, but
the backpack.
Yeah,
that thing's crazy.
So props do work, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Boba Fett's jetpack. See, I'm telling you, Boba Fett's jetpack as that would fund.
That would be awesome.
Definitely.
Never made before,
Yeah.
Doesn't want a rocket firing Boba Fett backpack.
Right.
Oh, it has to rocket fire.
And then tiers are the gauntlets. You can whatever. I don't care. Let's do this. All right, come on, Hasbro. You're listening.
The full-on cosplay HasLab.
And them ideas.
This isn't a HasLab, but where's my melted Vader helmet?
Disneyland. They had it there.
Disneyland.
It was about $500. It was massive.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it there. I've seen people. I know that they've had it. I don't know if they got like maybe a couple, and that's it. But I haven't seen it there. Same with the Camtono. I haven't seen it, but I know it's there.
But I'm going on Sunday, so I'll double check.
Cool. So let's wrap it up a little bit here. One thing I wanted to kind of switch into from I know it's late in the show, but Skeleton Crew began filming a couple days ago. And a couple details have come out on there, and I think we'll save this probably for the next show and when we start to get into more production talk and whatnot. But I just kind of want to bring this up. It got me really excited because of the success of Stranger Things. It was said that Skeleton Crew is going to be the Stranger Things in space. I'm like, oh, okay. Eddie Munson lives in Star Wars, so. And it promises to be dark and stuff like so. A lot of contrasting or conflicting reports that we heard from the start of the Skeleton Crew, which has got me even more excited for that show. So just wanted to throw it out there for food for thought to marinate over the next week as more details come. But filming has started beginning on that. So I cannot wait for that. Check in with the chat one last time before you guys have anything. Go ahead and any last words? Let's see.
Michael Gutierrez says the Rancor and Reva lightsaber is the only 2 failed HasLab toys for Star Wars. Correct. But in general, they also had the Cookie Monster fail too. That was a very questionable choice.
That was the first one, right? The very first HasLab.
It was. Yeah, I think so. Because either that or the barge. I think they were right in front of one in front of the other.
Unicron was before the barge.
No. Unicron was after the barge. I wanted Unicron. I couldn't afford Unicron.
I can't confirm or deny.
Krystal, do you have a Unicron HasLab in one of your stores?
I do not.
Okay, I missed out on that. I wish I didn't.
So did I.
It's insane right now.
Do you have any of the HasLabs in your stores right now?
No, I just got Razor Crest in, and they like my employees were carrying them out from the back room, and they didn't even make it to the shelf.
Wow.
It was
That's
And
crazy.
speak of that, I think I'm gonna buy 2 his tanks. I already got one. I think I might get a second one.
the his tanks are cool. I'm definitely going to put in some orders for that.
Damn right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. Well, let's wrap it up. I know this was a collector's spotlight on the rumblings of Star Wars stuff, but one thing that's promising, I've got a ton of notices from like Hasbro Pulse and stuff. Things are starting to hit, so ship. So
Yeah.
all 7 of my Cantina band members are coming.
After I canceled everything.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I look at my bank, go, oh crap, I got to transfer money. Oops. So, thank you, Krystal, very much for joining us. Hopefully you can come back again and join us and really geek out with Star Wars, all like I said, production stuff, and get into our meat and potato like theory crafting and whatnot. I'm very curious to see your point of views on a lot of things, especially on knowing where you came in on the fandom and where it's going. You're still in on it stuff. There's still a lot more to cover. So we'll have you back on to cover all that too.
If you guys want me back, just let me know.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome.
And anybody who's in the area and you see a Rogue Toys, confirm it's Krystal's first, and then go in there and
Or just go in there. If Krystal's there, bonus. But
I mean, one of her stores. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
not a rip-off that they spell it differently in Minnesota. That is not her store.
what is this Rouge Toys?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually bought that domain too because I'm like,
Did
know.
you? Smart. Very smart.
Very, very smart. Yeah. So
you can find us online. We have 3 stores in Vegas, Salt Lake, Portland. So if you guys are ever in that area, check us out. Or just
awesome.
shop online. We got 10,000 products online. So
Beautiful.
free shipping over $50. Lots of Star Wars stuff. Check it out.
You also
Nice.
have a point system too, where people can sign up.
We do.
What?
We have a loyalty program. Every dollar you spend is a point.
I love hearing that.
Points. The more you save, the more you get back. And who doesn't love free toys?
That's so cool. I did not know that. So
I may have acquired points for purchasing
Thanks.
things for you, Marco.
yeah, you took my points. You owe me like
How much did I got?
700 points.
My bad.
Mando Mike will be in Vegas in 2 weeks, and I'm sure he'll go check out the store. So
Lock the door.
yeah, guys. So again, thank you everybody so much. If you haven't, like, subscribe, send a friend, do all the stuff. Tell everybody about your favorite Star Wars podcast. Before I give it off to Scott, one last
is it
time
me?
to take us out.
Oh,
Will
God.
take us out. I know, Krystal, you just said what you're gonna do, but I will put your links in the description, everywhere they can contact you guys and kind of go from that. So again, thank you very much. You're welcome back anytime. We'll talk. The Pit, thank you very much for having us. Until next time, Scott, go ahead and take us out.
All right. Well, this is normally Ernie's gig, so
It is.
I
So
haven't
don't get
been
nervous.
practicing. I haven't been. Oh God.
Don't get nervous.
Can I talk in front of people? I don't know. I work in a theater. Who knows? Okay, so here we go. Thank you one and all for joining us. If you would check us out on YouTube. Of course, you're already watching us on YouTube, probably youtube.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast. We are on Facebook, the Sarlacc Digest Central. You can also follow the Sarlacc Digest on Instagram, TikTok, where I do my 1-minute toy reviews. I did a series of shopping around Las Vegas. I do What's on the Shelf. Who knows? Maybe all this stuff will be on What's on the Shelf. Also, you can follow Bootleg Joe. Is it bootleg_760?
It's bootleg Joe _
Even he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Even Joey doesn't
yeah.
know.
Reactivate your account, Joey. You're gonna get some hits.
And of course, we've also got our show sponsor, Toshi Station Emporium, for all of your action figure stand needs. Let me grab a random figure off the shelf here because they are all up there with Toshi Station stands.
I was trying to find a Star Wars one because this is a Star Wars show, but I don't have one. So there's your Wolverine for you.
Here
Preserving
is
that
Captain
pose.
Fordo right here. Also, great stands. He's got the new G.I. Joe explosion stands, which are incredible. They are, dude. I can't say enough about how awesome.
I don't
those
have any
stands
here
are.
to show you because they're all gone.
That's a good problem to have.
That's a good problem to have, right? Exactly.
So, ToshiStationEmporium.com. Put Sarlacc Digest podcast in the coupon code.
Yes.
Is that it? Yes.
Sarlacc Digest podcast for 10% off the entire order.
That's right.
And you get free shipping over $30, and there's a lot of incentives over there.
He throws you extras in there, extra stands, so you know what you're getting.
I do.
RogueToys.com, right? Go visit Rogue Toys in Las Vegas. There's a store on the Strip. There is a store on Rainbow, and a store on
Eastern and Hacienda.
And then, of course, Rogue Toys, Salt Lake City, and Rogue Toys in Portland. So don't forget those stores. If you're in the neighborhood, stop on by. Tell them Sarlacc Digest sent you. It won't get you a damn thing, but it'll be really nice just to say hi to everybody. So, is that about covered? Did I get everything?
I think so.
Ernie, follow Ernie and his Fallen Fett Chronicles.
The link is in the description below, so make sure you go support him. He's going to be off for a while, so but just keep checking back with him, and I'm sure he'll be dropping some shows along
and
the
I
way.
promise next time I'll have this all written out, so I won't mess it all
That's
up.
okay. You know what? It's a live show. It is what it is. I'm sure everybody's tired of us seeing it, but they're also tired of us saying, smash that like button too.
Smash it.
So
I bought this action figure at Rogue Toys.
That like button.
Oh man, I don't have one. I feel so left out right now.
You know what? Jesse and I went shopping in Vegas, and I told him, I don't care what Rogue Toys we go to. I need to find the cheapest Hulk I can find. And here we go.
Got a
That's
retro
Scott
one.
too.
That's a cool
we
one.
didn't tell him we were
Like it.
doing that, and we
Red
did
Hulk.
that to Scott too. So
Yeah.
made Scott spend money.
Yep. But I spent it at Rogue Toys. It's all good.
Very
We
good.
appreciate Jeff. So
Nice.
That's it, everybody. So thank you very much for tuning in, and smash the like button. Leave us a comment. Follow us on Facebook. We're nearing 1,000 followers. Once we have 1,000 followers on YouTube, we're gonna have a giveaway. It's gonna be
A
pretty
big giveaway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Giveaways.
Giveaways. Oh, we're doing multiples. All right.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
We're gonna send Joey to your house. He's gonna show up on your house. It's gonna terrify you, but he's gonna want to just talk Star Wars and take photos. It's gonna be amazing.
It's awesome.
Yep.
With that, Scott.
Keep it nerdy, everybody. Wow, that was long.
That's
That's